Hey y'all, welcome back to the crazy. It's Leslie with Phat Flossing, and I am here for FlossTube 109. And I unfortunately am not highly motivated enough to do the math like Steph does, but trust me, it's 109. Today is Thursday, December 3rd, and we're going to talk about cross stitch. I'm so excited because this is my first video with part of my new Christmas present, which is one of those ring light thingies. So y'all are my guinea pigs today because I haven't used it before, and we'll see how it works and see, and hopefully it helps, not hinders. I may have some user error here to begin with. And I've been a busy little bee and I am tired, so it's coffee time. In other news, my husband is a coffeeaholic. And about 2 weeks ago, I texted him one Saturday morning. He was next door to his parents' house. And he told me, I texted him and said the coffee maker died. Because I typically have 1 cup of coffee when I first get up in the morning, and then I'm good for the day. And I texted him the coffee maker died. And he was home in 15 minutes going, we got to go buy a new coffee maker. So we now have a new coffee maker. I don't like it as well as the old coffee maker. I don't think the coffee tastes quite as good, which is kind of weird because I'm using the same pods, but he's happy with it, and he's Mr. 4 or 5 cups of coffee a day, so that's the important part. Excuse me while I sip again. So I have some stuff, not a whole lot to show. It's been super busy around here. My babies are 6 weeks old yesterday, and they are adorably cute. So they're getting lots of attention, and it just seems like it's been one thing after another where I didn't get as much stitching done as usual. I actually went 4 days in a row this past weekend where I think I put in 1 length of thread on Sunday, and that was it, which is very unusual for me to not stitch every day, but just the shit happens rule, right? So, what all happened? Steve had his follow-up in Little Rock. He's doing good. He's still continue on his antibiotics for the better part of a year, and we'll see if hopefully this thing resolves. So he's got another follow-up in January. See where we are with that. What else? Oh, this past weekend, I went to San Antonio. My best friend Charlotte lives there. She's also a Berman breeder. And 2 of my girls, when she was here in July, went home with her to be bred by her stud boy. Unsuccessfully, as it turns out, since neither one of them is knocked up. So I went and picked up Beauty and Lottie, and they're home, and they're going to meet Mando, the new stud boy, here whenever they come into heat. And then I also brought back 2 of her girls to also be bred to Mando, and I brought back a new kitty that she gave me, and hopefully Rowan will, she was here just a minute ago getting into everything, so I don't know where she went, but hopefully she'll show up and I can show you my new baby because she's sweet as she can be. She's about 7 months old, and she's just a little cutie pie. I think that's about all the news. There just really hasn't been anything. It seems like I should have more to say because it's been, like I said, I've been busy and haven't gotten a lot of stitching done, but I couldn't tell you exactly what I've been busy with. It's been kind of weird. I will ask for your indulgence and prayers on one thing. My grandson Colton had an episode on Sunday that they're now calling focal seizures. He was in the hospital for a couple of days, and he's now doing fine and he's out, but he is referred to follow up with a pediatric neurologist. So I will ask for your prayers for Colton. He'll be 7 in January. Wow, time flies, man. And I love him to pieces. He's just the light of my life. So if y'all can keep a good thought for him, I would sure appreciate it. And now let's talk about stitching, the little bit that I have. One more sip. I'm indulging myself in the Holiday Buzz coffee, which is a little more highly caffeinated than most coffees. It's really good coffee too. And I wish that when I was buying it that I had bought more of it because apparently it's a seasonal thing and can't find it anymore. Bah, humbug. Hello, Pepper. Hi, sweetie. You want to come see me? Come here. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here, Pepper. She's still a little shy of me. This is one of Charlotte's girls. Come here, sweet girl. Come here. Come here. Come to Mama. Oh, I know. Oh, Pepper, hush. She's not real happy about it. Pepper is a seal Torby, meaning she carries both the red gene and the lynxing gene. You can see, oh, all right, grump butt. You can see the tiger markings on her face. You're okay. We'll let her go since she's not very happy. Rowan, come here. Come here, baby. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Come here, Rowan. Come here. And this is my new baby. This is Rowan. Stargat's Rowan of Bumblebee. She is a seal tortie, meaning she carries one copy of the gene for seal and one copy of red. So she shows both colors. She's just a baby. She's only 7 months old. And she is just sweet as pie. And because she's a little bit younger than Pepper, she's a little bit better adjusted to the move. She's probably one of the reasons I need the holiday buzz, because she's very needy at about 3 a.m. Mommy, pet me, pet me, pet me, pet me. But she's so sweet, I can't fault her for it. So I'm very grateful to Charlotte for sharing her with me. She'll probably be introduced into the breeding program late next year. She won't be a year old till June, I think. Okay, where were we? Whips. I don't have any finishes. I haven't been anywhere near that industrious. So I did work on, this is Good Deeds from Brenda Gervais. And I got a little bit of work on this a couple of nights, maybe last night. These are not going to be in any kind of time order. And I've got a needle I've got to secure here. But I am done with the better part of this. Last night started this border down here and finished the green and got a couple of the little flowers in while I was sitting in the Toyota dealership this morning getting my oil changed and my tires rotated. Doesn't that kind of stuff just drive you nuts? You talk about a time suck, man. But I love this. I'm anxious to get the words on it and then get this finished. And I think I'm going to frame this. I think I have a place where I want to put it. And I love what it says, because it says, "Good deeds live long." And I believe that they do. This is 36 count. I didn't do the looking things up like I promised I was gonna. Bad, Leslie, bad. Sometimes I write it on my working copy. There it is. 36 count something or other. I don't know. This may be, it's not a very mottled linen. It's got very subtle color change in it. This may be one of Misty's linens from Luminous Fiber Arts, but it's very pretty, whatever it is. And it is most of the call for threads. I think I've maybe substituted 2 Victorian mottos where I didn't have the call for. But it was, I think that one was for something like parchment or something. And come on, it's an off-white. It's okay to sub that one. But anyway, that's where I am with that. And while I've got this package open, since I had this morning, I'm going to show you. Charlotte bought me these scissors when we were at Hobby Lobby this past weekend. All masked up, by the way. Aren't those cute? They're a pink flamingo. I love pink. So we were looking around for some stuff because I'm going to do something for her mom. And she saw these and said, "Those are just too you. I have to get them for you." They're very cute. They weren't real expensive at Hobby Lobby. They've got a nice, sharp, fine point. And they cut very well and they're comfortable to use. So, Hobby Lobby. Don't start that. Don't you start that, Katie. Sorry, my husband Spinks is being bitchy to the new baby. Whoops, left the pattern out. If I don't keep it all put away together, it'll be lost and gone. Because we know I'm an airhead. Okay, what else did I work on? This is Bee and Bunny from Annie B's Folkart. can't decide if I like this new light or not. I would like your input back in the comments about that. It's very gloomy outside today, so I don't have good natural light, so this is the only way to have any light at all, but I don't love it. But let me know what you think. This is 36 count Picture This Plus. I believe it's Title. It was one of the new colors released at market this year. And I think the only progress I've made on this is I've gotten more of the B-skep filled in there. This is a very, very pretty linen. If you haven't tried that, I would recommend that you try it. Again, it's Picture This Plus Title, and mine is a 36 count. And I think these are most of the call for flosses. I think I've substituted, I changed out whatever the blue was because the blue that I had that was called for was not dark enough to show up on that fabric. So I did change out the blue to this is a Color and Cotton something blue light. The hole punches through whatever the rest of the name is. But I'm looking forward to getting that one done. That was my favorite release from this past market. I love it. And then the third thing that I worked on, I have two projects living in this bag, so I gotta kind of find them. This is another Annie Beez pattern. This is called Sunflower Row. And I don't remember who I saw stitching this that I thought it was so, so pretty. This is where that light is not doing us any favors, is it? Anyway, Sunflower Row from Annie Beez Folkart. This is none of the call for colors. I've kitted it up with miscellaneous silks, just from my silk stash. And this is on 36 count Picture This Plus Oaken. And I am almost done with this. I thought I was gonna finish it weekend before last because I had a good stitching day. But there are like, I don't know, 4 or 5 little bees or ladybugs or something scattered around that are 1 over 1. And I did not get those done. But that is about all I have left to do on this, is just fill those in. And I love, love, love the way this is coming out. I think the colors are just beautiful in it. And I'm not typically an autumnal color person. I prefer spring colors, but these are just really pretty. So now I'm gonna do the goofy YouTube pose. Thank you for your indulgence. YouTube never, ever gets a flattering picture of me. Now, I am not particularly photogenic. Even when I was younger and skinny, I was not particularly photogenic. And that ship has sailed and circumnavigated the globe now. So I have to do the best I can do, right? So I don't scare off the viewers. Okay, then I did have 2 new starts because I just can't help myself, is what that boils down to. And I told y'all on the last video that I was really hoping to do a Christmas start of some kind. And I finally settled on Road to Bethlehem from Shepherd's Bush. And Lori of Mischievous Stitches was intending to stitch along with me on this, but I think that she got, we've all done the put it somewhere safe. And I think her Shepherd's Bush kit is safe from her. She can't find it, but that's okay. I love it, and I am stitching it one way or the other, whether anybody's stitching with me or not. And here's where I've gotten to on Road to Bethlehem. There is, I forget, I think I have 1 more sheep to put in over here in this empty spot. And then there is a row of pulled work here, and then some vines down here. But I am probably 75 or 80% done with this. And I was whizzing along on it until I got down here to where the pulled work is supposed to be, and got to looking through my kit. And I've had this kit for a while, y'all. And I don't remember if I bought it new, if I got it on the secondary market, somebody gave it to me. I don't know. But I got down there to where that pulled work was supposed to be, and the instructions say that it includes hand-painted silk ribbon. My kit did not include any hand-painted silk ribbon, but whether I lost it or it was lost before I got it or just never included, I have no clue. But I called Shepherd's Bush and asked them what it was supposed to be, because the instructions don't say what it's supposed to be. It just says hand-painted silk ribbon. And they sent me some. So I'll be able to, that's another thing I plan to pull out this coming weekend. God willing and the creek don't rise, and hopefully I'll have a Christmas finish. And then I think I may finish that as a kind of a long stand-up, and try to find a place to put it where the cats won't have their way with it. But I love me some Shepherd's Bush, so I'm quite happy with the way that's gone. And I have more to tell you about Shepherd's Bush in a minute. Hey, stop it. The cats are all getting used to the new cats who are running around, so kitty fussing going on. So I'll beg your indulgence for that. I think I told y'all on my last FlossTube over a month ago, man, this November zipped by like it was on rails, man. Anyway, I think it was the last weekend of October, maybe somewhere around there. We were going to Little Rock to pick up the other half of the new lizard cage. And I'll show you the lizard cage. Can't see the lizard right now. He's hiding, but there's the new lizard cage. We had to make 2 trips, one to bring home the top, one to bring home the base, because my Forerunner just wasn't big enough to put both of them in there together. But anyway, it's a great lizard cage. Steve loves it. The lizard is apparently happy with it, although he's hiding right now. But this is a 2-foot lizard. It's a blue-tongued skink, and he's huge. His body is as big around as my wrist, and I'm no Fate and Violet, ladies. So anyway, big old lizard, and everything is now the leaf has been taken out of my dining room table. It's now a small round table, but that's okay. Again, Steve puts up with all the cats, so I can put up with the one lizard and the one hairless cat. Anyway, when we went to, the reason for me telling you this whole thing is when we went to, wherever it was we went, Little Rock. We went to Benton, which is south of Little Rock, to pick up the cage. And when we went through there, because I was the long-suffering wife going to pick up the lizard cage, excuse me, we took a few moments to stop by the Shepherd's Needle, my L&S in Little Rock. It's 2.5 hours away, but hey, it's still L&S to me. And while I was there, I picked up, in addition to some other haul I'll show you in a few minutes, Winter Rose Manor from Brenda Gervais. I have been coveting this ever since I saw it last year. It came out at one of the retreats, and I've seen so many people stitch it, and I love it. It is one of my probably best loved patterns that I've seen come out in a while. So Anne had put aside a copy of that for me, and I started that maybe the same weekend that I brought it home, if not the next weekend. And I have made pretty decent headway on it. I am 2/3 the way around the border. I've got finished the bottom, and let me put something behind this so you could actually see it. Anyway, I've got about 2/3 of the border done. I need to finish the bottom border and start on that side. But I couldn't stand it. I had to start the house. And that house is huge. I don't know the stitch count on the house, but it is huge. I've had a lot of people ask me when I posted on Instagram what color I used for the house. This is Gentle Arts Clover. The conch, I did look at some conch when I was at Anne's shop, and the conch was not as pink as what I wanted my house to be. So I did switch the color of the house to conch, and the rest of it are kitted up with mostly, a few of the call for weeks, but mostly, looks like mostly Victorian mottos. And again, I pulled from my stash for this. I did consider also, this is Miss Madeline from Gentle Arts, right? From Classic Colorworks. But in the end, I thought that the clover looked better on my particular fabric. And my particular fabric is, I believe, a 36 count platinum Swigart. And I love it. I screwed up right after I started. That little motif is only supposed to have 4 flowers on it, but I started at a row too low. So it has 5 because I needed, it looked look too bare up here, so I have another flower on there. Love this border. I think it is really pretty. Looking forward to finishing that. And I'm just super happy with it. I love cardinals. We have lots and lots of cardinals here because we live in a highly forested area overall. I mean, it's Arkansas. There are far more trees than people. So anyway, love that. Winter Rose Manor from Brenda Gervais. And I would love to get that one done and framed. I think that will, it may say Winter Rose Manor, but I'm pretty sure that one's going to stay out all the time. I have a place for it to go. It's going to go in my guest bath. I have such grandiose plans of getting stuff done. If I ever get stuff done, huh? That would require actually stitching. And then my other new start, and the last thing I think that I stitched on, what did I do with it? Oh no, that was the last thing I stitched on. All done. 5 things, who knew? That's not much for me to stitch on in about a 5-week period, so yeah, is what it is. Okay, other stuff we can look at. I had a little bit of Stitchy kindness. So let me show you that first. Sorry, bear with me. A very sweet lady by the name of Rayleigh, and I think it's Rayleigh Durden, and she is on Instagram, and I think her Instagram handle is just Rayleigh Durden. Contacted me and said that she knew that I love shepherd's bush and would I be interested in having some shepherd's bush patterns. And I said, of course, I always love shepherd's bush patterns. And she offered me a couple of them. And this one I do not have, which is called Evening Sampler. So she sent that, and I think that's really pretty. Hello, baby girl. Rowan is back to visit again. She likes lots of cuddles. Yeah, I do like lots of cuddles. And the other thing she sent me a cross-eyed cricket. This one is called 3 Little Kittens, and I already have this one. Go figure, I had a cat or kitten pattern. Didn't see that coming, right? And then she sent me the full kit. No, baby, you can't take that. The full kit to Shepherd's Bush, The Promise. And I told her that I had already stitched this. And would she mind if I sent it on? And she said, of course not. And she gave me a little additional, baby, no, you can't have my stuff. You have to get down. She gave me some additional backstory. There was a lady in her stitching group, I think they have an EGA chapter, by the name of Edith. And she had known Edith in her youth, and then they had kind of lost contact, and then she connected with Edith again 20-something years ago through this stitching group. And Edith recently passed away, and she told me what a wonderful person she had been, and that she thought that Edith would be thrilled to know that her stitching stuff was going to other stitchers. So she gave me permission to pass these 2 along. You have just got to be in the big middle of everything I'm doing. So I'm going to show you what The Promise looks like finished. I finished this. I don't think I dated this one, which is kind of unusual because I typically initial and date. But apparently not this one unless I hid it so well I can't find it now. Hello, sweet girl. But this is The Promise. And I finished this, I'm going to guess 96 or 97. It was before I moved to San Antonio. Because I know I had it framed at Ginger's in Austin. But it is a beautiful, beautiful sampler. Very typical of Shepherd's Bush samplers in that there is some cross stitch. I mean, like the little people are cross stitched, and the wash on the line is cross stitched, and the arc, and this patchwork area down here. But there are also a number of bands of specialty stitches, and there are lots of charms included. And the story of God's promise to never destroy the world again by water has always resonated with me. And I think it's just a beautiful piece. And even if you're not Christian, it's still a beautiful piece. But I love it. And I am thrilled on behalf of Edith and Rayleigh to be passing along to you guys a copy of The Promise. And we'll come back to that and go over the word to get that when we get to the giveaway section. She knew I love sheep, and so she sent me one of the beautiful Hands Across the Sea samplers cards, and with a motif included on it from the Hannah Coates sampler, and it's got little sheep on it. So I think that's adorable. That will have to be stitched for sure. No, you cannot have it. No, bad kitten. No, badness kitten, you cannot have it. She's just purring and rubbing up against me, fit to beat the band. And I just threw stuff on the floor, so bear with me. Ugh. I didn't used to make noises every time I bent over, but Lord knows I do now. My husband laughs at me all the time because I really do make a lot of noises. Okay, moving right along. This brings us to haul. And I have, well, hello, sweet pea, back again, huh? I have, for me, an unusual amount of haul this month. I mean, it's been 5 or 6 weeks, but I've got a lot of haul. No. And I have a kitten who wants to help. On one of her, probably 2, maybe 3 FlossTubes ago, Annie Beez showed this. This is called Pumpkin Patch from Annie Beez Folkart. And that black and white striped pumpkin I think is very, very cute. So I had to have that, and we all know no pattern travels alone. So I also got Garden Fair from Annie Beez. And I ordered these from her Etsy shop, and I will include that link below. Thank you for the kisses, baby. She's just not going to let me not do this. So this is all going to be very out of order because I've got a kitten. But this is just the next thing in line. Who was I watching? Jan Hicks, maybe, was talking about that she had gotten some Vicki Clayton silks. And I had gotten some when McKenna put them in her shop. But Jan was talking about these sets, and they're really autumn colors, which is not something that I typically buy a whole lot of. That's not my typical color palette, but I thought these were beautiful. And I went to her website and ordered some of these. Sorry, holding the baby makes it hard. And then the other day when I was calling Shepherd's Bush, this was a couple weeks ago now, Steve said, I know you love them, and since you're calling them anyway, why don't we just call this your Christmas present? And he got me, in addition to my little free packet of ribbon to finish up The Promise, not The Promise, the other one, Road to Bethlehem. He let me order 4 kits from Shepherd's Bush, and I am jonesing to start these, y'all. I am jonesing bad. So one of these is probably going to be started soon. This one is All Is Calm. Very typical Shepherd's Bush. In that, it doesn't want to focus. In that it has the little, typical little people. Just a very typical Shepherd's Bush. And although it is All Is Calm, which I would assume would be kind of a Christmas/winter thing, the colors don't say winter to me. The colors say spring, summer. I love it. I also got Garden House. Very pretty little spring/summer pattern. And this and a couple of the others were great deals because they include the Jill Rinsel mat, which is awesome. I mean, I paid $20-ish a piece for these, including the mat. And like I said, that's a great deal. A patriotic one, this one is called Liberty Hill. Also includes the hand-painted mat. And then it's a sheep. I couldn't help myself. Winter sheep, which also has the mat in it. So he did a good job letting me, I mean, my Christmas came early, but It's Christmas from Shepherd's Bush, so I'm not going to be complaining about that. So put all that back. And then I told y'all we were down in Little Rock and I went to the Shepherd's Needle a few weeks ago. In addition to the Winter Rose Manor pattern, I also bought this one, Rose Air Blooming from Summer House Stitchworks. I did another one based on this hem last year, and I think this one is just as pretty. So I think I'm going to do it in a similar and or coordinating fabric. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I would like to be able to put the both of them out together. I think that's really pretty. And I love that hem. And I got a couple of cuts of fabric. This one is 36 count. Something. By somebody. I can't read Anne's writing. This is the one that the Rose Air Blooming is meant to be stitched on. And it's just a very pretty, slightly mottled neutral. And then this one is called, it's a 37 count Cloudburst. I don't know who it's from. Also just a neutral, not very mottled. That color is not super true. This is more of a true beige color. Okay. And then I had a couple of miscellaneous flosses that I also picked up there at Anne's. Speaking of flosses, I don't remember showing these last time, but I might have. But I got a couple of my Floss of the Month packages in. These are just assorted brights. These are from Silks for You in Australia. And it is 5 10-meter skeins for the whopping low price of $20, including shipping from Australia, which I think is as good a deal as you will ever get. And her colors are fabulous. And those colors are pretty true. These are very bright, very saturated, just beautiful. And then this past month, sorry, we're putting stuff up. This past month, those were the September ones, I think. And I think these are October. Nope, these are September. Maybe I have it backwards. Yeah, the bright ones are October. The September ones are this beautiful range of gold. And they are very, very subtly shaded from the lightest to the darkest over here. And they're beautiful. And again, 5 10-meter skeins for $20, including shipping. It is a deal you can't beat with a stick. And I will link her website below also. And then, because I've lost my mind, I went to San Antonio this past weekend and had the opportunity on Saturday to go to the LNS there, which is called Stitches from the Heart. And I'm glad I went when I did, because I got an email on Tuesday, I think, that says they're closing, which is very sad. But I wish them all the best. It's a very nice little shop, and it's a shame they're closing. But I picked up some miscellaneous flosses that I need. These are mostly classic Colorworks and Weeks. Just miscellaneous that I needed for various patterns. And while I was there, I got to meet Jen Hicks. She was there at the same time. We got together, and I'm very excited that I got to meet her. She is every bit as sweet in person as what you think she is from seeing her on her FlossTube. She's awesome. My hair's driving me nuts. I always think leaving it down is a good plan until I've left it down, and then I tend to change my mind. But while I was there, I also picked up more stuff, because that's what we do, right? The first thing I got, this is, Charlotte saw this. Charlotte went with me, and she saw this, and this is actually going to be a Mother's Day present for her mom, Anna, who's kind of adopted me, and I love her to pieces, so I'm happy to do it for her. And I just kitted it up with the call for, well, not even the call for DMCs, just, I think the 2 greens are called for. That's not green, Leslie. The 2 greens that are the call for. And then I just picked out a light, medium, and dark purple. And the pattern is called Texas Thistles. And we'll see how this goes, because after I stitch it, I'm going to actually attempt to make this little cozy. More to come on that. We'll see how that works. I'm fine at sewing when I know how to do what it is that I'm doing. New stuff, we'll see how that goes. And this is a 28 count miscellaneous beige even weave that I got to do it on. It actually calls for a 30 count, but they did not have that in stock. So that's for Charlotte's mom. And I'll have to get busy on that sooner than later if I plan to have it done for Mother's Day, won't I? So I can't start all those shepherd's bushes. I'll have to start this one too. So let me put that back in there. Lose it. And then I found some patterns. This is the Prim Stitch. What's it called? Can't read it. The Prim Stitch series from Bee in My Bonnet, Lori Holt. And this is a stitch along through the Fat Quarter Shop. And I think all of the patterns are really cute. But when I saw this one, this was the very first one released, I fell in love because I love the bee scap with the American flag. And you know, my cattery is Bumblebee, so I like bee stuff. So I saw that they had just, and frankly, I'm cheap. I didn't want to pay $10 a pop times 12 patterns to do the whole thing. So when I found the one by itself, I got the one, and I think it's very cute. And then let nobody else be surprised that I found more shepherd's bush. And they were all very reasonably priced. This is a shepherd's bush kit called Shepherd's Hill. Little sheep on a hill. There are a couple of rows of specialty stitches on this, but it is mostly cross stitch. And it included the fabric and the floss. And then pattern wise, this is Thoughts of Home. Also from Shepherd's Bush. Another little quickie. I'm really wanting to do more smalls. I have a tendency to start a lot of bigger things, and I really need to get more smalls done. I've done a couple of the other notes. I've done Easter notes, and I don't remember what the other one is. But this one is called Summer Notes. Came with a little button pack. Also really cute. And then I got bitten by the stocking bug. I've got several of the stocking patterns, and I did several of these stockings. Hi, sweetheart. I did several of these stockings back in the late 80s, early 90s when my nieces were born. And I stitched some of these for them, and they're long gone. You know, they went to the nieces. The nieces are in their 30s now. So I hope that they still have their stockings, but I really don't know. But I found, I want to do another stocking for my grandson. You ready to get down? She's not ready to get down. So anyway, I picked up this one, and this one came with all of the accoutrement there. This is called Parker's stocking. Yeah, Parker's stocking. And I like the Santa Claus with the snowman there. I think it's really cute. So I will be starting that sooner than later, I guess, so I can get it finished for next Christmas. But I think it's really, really cute. And when I say finished for next Christmas, that means me finishing it. We'll see how that goes. Well, you watch. That face will be the one that YouTube captures. And then they just had a couple other really pretty stockings that I went ahead and picked up. This one is Lula's stocking. Lula is not a name, that you hear much anymore, but I had a great aunt when I was small that her name was Lula, and that made me think of her. And I think that's really pretty. Can y'all hear the baby purring? She's such a mess. There's nothing more soothing than a purring kitty. And this one is Roma's stocking. And hey, pink, so, you know, it spoke to me. But there's my haul, which is a lot of haul for me. And oops. I think that I showed this before, but I may not, I don't remember. This is a little scissor keep, little pocket to put your scissors in so they don't poke all your stitching. And this came from, I think it's Under the Woolen Willow. I will also link her Etsy shop below. Very well done and extremely cute. So I will link her too. So that is all my haul. So let me put this baby down and we'll talk about giveaways. If I can find them under the other stack of stuff here. What did I do with them? There we go. Miss Priss, I need to get to that stack of stuff, please. Okay, here we go. Okay, we had a couple of giveaways from no, baby. She's very helpful. Had a couple of giveaways from last week, or not last week, last month. The last time I did a FlossTube. One of them was for a Stitch in Pine from Hillside Samplings. A very pretty pattern, includes a number of specialty stitches, and it also includes a ceramic button that matches it. And I guess I'm just going to hold her because she's going to be into everything. I used the random YouTube comment picker thing on this one, and the winner for this, and I searched for the word pine, and the winner for this one is Deanna Elliott, or Ellett. And Deanna, I commented on your comment, so if you will email me at lesliedhurley@gmail.com, and that'll be in the drop down, and let me know your mailing address, I will get this sent out to you. I may get to the post office this afternoon because I have a project bag that needs to be mailed out. If I don't, then it will probably be next week. So if I have your address by the time I'm going to the post office, it'll go today. If not, then, you know, expect it probably sometime to be mailed sometime. To be mailed sometime next week. And thank you to Crystal Geek who donated that for me to give away. And then the next giveaway was for the Happiness is Homemade cookbook, which was released at market this year. And this is courtesy of Ann Thompson at the Shepherd's Needle. And again, I used the YouTube random comment picker searching the word homemade. And the winner for that one is Christina France. So again, Christina, email me with your mailing address and I will get that on the way to you. And then I have two that are unclaimed. This is Berry Cottage from Plum Street Samplers, and I pulled for this a while back, and the winner for it was Gwen Imbardino. And Gwen, if you emailed me, I cannot find your email. So please email me again. If I do not hear from you by the time I do another FlossTube, then I'm going to next time redraw for this. And then this is a full kit from mybobbin.com, and I don't read Russian, so I'm not sure what the actual name of it is, but I have been calling it Clockwork Bird. And the winner for this one was Priscilla Cordero. Priscilla, again, if you emailed me, I apologize, but I cannot find that email. So same thing, please email me again and put FlossTube giveaway in the subject line. Both of you guys put FlossTube giveaway in the subject line, or Clockwork Bird, or whatever it is, Berry Cottage. Something that will make it easy for me to find, especially if it happens to end up in my junk mail folder. But again, if I don't hear from you by the time I do this again, then I'll be pulling again for that one because I need to get these on their way. Okay, this week's giveaways. Get down, please, Stinker. Y'all know every time you order from Teresa at Kitten Stitcher, she is wonderfully generous and she includes some type of freebie. This particular freebie, I don't know that it has a name, and I'm going to hold it back here because it is a pattern. But it is two very cute little sheep beneath a Quaker motif and a house on a hill. And it's very small. It's 51 by 85. I do have Teresa's permission to give these away. This one is by Marjorie Massey. And if you would like to win this one, I would like you to use the word sheep, S-H-E-E-P, in your comment. And then because I've ordered multiple times, I have 2 copies. And again, I'm going to hold them a ways back because they are the actual patterns. These were included with purchase from Teresa. And this one is called Believe 2020. I have 2 copies of it. And if you would like to be eligible, and one of them has been folded to be included with my order, and the other one is not. But if you would like to win those, please use the word Believe, B-E-L-I-E-V-E, in your comment. And then lastly, and I'm going to show this because it's easier than finding the kit. I have the full kit donated by Rayleigh Durden for Shepherd's Bush, The Promise. And if you would like to be entered for the promise, use the word promise, P-R-O-M-I-S-E, in your comment, because those are the words I'll search when I do the random comment thing. And thank you to everybody who allowed me to give away stuff. Okay. Be a subscriber. Comment on the video. Like the video. Use the keyword sheep, believe. What was the other one? Promise. Sheep, believe, or promise. In your comment, those are the things I'll search for. And that's it. 46 minutes. That's a long one for me. But, you know, it's been almost 6 weeks. Thank you all so much for coming to visit with me. I appreciate it so much. Y'all are my stitching family. I hope that you are all doing well. I hope you are as excited as I am that 2020 is going to be over with sooner rather than later now. And while I hope to be back with you before Christmas, it's me. Who knows? I might be. Probably not, but I might be. But regardless, I hope that you have a richly blessed Christmas season, remembering that Christ is the reason for the season. And if Christmas is not something that you personally celebrate, I hope that whatever it is in your heart, that it is filled with joy and cheer and family and goodness for you. Take care, y'all. I hope to see you soon. God bless. Bye-bye.